Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Ilan Raffi Rahab, and in this short video, I'm going to explain the main characteristic of the Indonesian legal system. Indonesia has unique and diverse legal structure. It combines national law, customary law, and religious values. To understand it clearly, let's begin with how our government and laws are organized. First, the Indonesia legal system is based on principle of separation of power, which means that the authority of state is divided into three main branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Let's start with legislative branch. This branch is responsible of making the laws. In Indonesia, legislative power is held by the People Representative Council or DPR together with Regional Representative Council or DPD and the President. They discuss draft about approved national laws, for example, laws about education, environment, or criminal justice. Now that we know who makes the laws, let's move to the next part: who enforce them. The executive branch is led by president who serves as both head of the state and head of government. The president, along with the minister, has the duty to implement and enforce laws that were made by the legislature. This means that the executive runs the government's daily administration, create national policy, and ensure that laws are applied through ministry, police, and other institutions. After the law is made and implement we will need someone to interpret it and make sure it applied fairly. The role belongs to judiciary. The judiciary has the power to interpret and the law deliver justice. It consists of several courts with two main institutions at the top. The Supreme Court, or in Indonesia, is Mahkamah Agung, which handles general religious, administrative, and military case. And the Constitutional Court, or in Indonesia, is Mahkamah Konstitusi, which review whether laws follow the Constitution and resolve the dispute between state institution or during election. So we have talked about who makes the enforce and interpret the law, but what kind of law does Indonesia actually use? Let's move on that text. Indonesia legal system is mainly a civil law system inherited from the Dutch colonial era. However, it also integrates customary law or adat and Islamic law in certain areas, especially family and inheritance matters. In general, Indonesia law is divided into two main branches: criminal law and civil law. Criminal law deals with acts that harm society, such as theft, corruption, or murder. The state prosecutes offender, and the goal is to protect the public and maintain order. Meanwhile, civil law governs relation between individuals, for example, business contract, family dispute, or property ownership. Its goal is not to punishment but to restore justice and protect rights. Now that we understand the main branch and types of law, let's summarize the key features that make Indonesia legal system unique. The Indonesian legal system stands on several important foundations. First one is Pancasila and the 1945 Constitution, or in Indonesia, UUD 1945 are the highest source of law. Second, it is a civil law system, meaning written rules and codes are the main legal reference. The third one is it reflects pluralism, a combination of Western, Islamic, and customary influence. And the last is it upholds judicial independence, ensuring that judge makes decision based on justice, not politics. So, in conclusion, the Indonesian legal system is a civil law system based on Pancasila, and the 1945 Constitution is supported by the three main branches of power that work together. It was the legislative make the law, the executive enforce them, and the judiciary ensure justice. So, thank you for watching. I hope this short explanation help you understand how Indonesia legal system works and maintaining order, justice, and democracy. Thank you very much.